Good evening, everybody. Okay, so I don't know about anybody else, but I got hit with some seriously strong soul lessons the last few days. And so I have just been really, really drained and off my game. They've been coming pretty fast and hard. So I am really behind. So right now I am going to do for Thursday and Friday, the 21st and 22nd birthdays for your lessons. And then I'll do another set for Saturday and Sunday, including the extra for Sunday. I'm also going to start adding some new content to my Instagram periodically as I can. It's going to have a slightly different focus. That was one of the things my guides shared with me. I think it was this morning. So they want me to add some additional information, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. Yeah. So if these are helpful, definitely like, subscribe, whatever. Let's see, birthday's the 20th. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to look at the shadows for those whose birthdays are on Thursday the 20th. That's this week. Just like I said, I am behind. I do apologize. And you'll see a little ink on me. I was playing with my new acquisition of a calligraphy pen. 20th, unbiased, light, shadows, challenges, messages, inner, outer, unbiased for those whose birthdays are on May 20th. And I'm just going back to back here. Do the 20th and the 21st. One video, so this one may be a little longer than usual. Shadows, light, unbiased, spirits, what messages for healing information regarding current situations. These are timeless. I asked for current, but let's see. Birthdays for May 20th. I got something about wow. Alright, so I guess we have shadow energy. White carnation. I don't know if that means, well, of course I don't know. If it does mean something, it'd be great if you can leave a comment. Just let me know. Okay, and challenge the shadow energy. Two of Pentacles. Challenge. And I'll try to make these quick, guys, because I'm so behind. Reverse. Okay, light energy. Wow, got light and shadow that quick. Herb challenge. Okay. And balancing. Balancing these, please. Balance. May 20th, apparently you guys are chatty. May 20th, guys. What is the... And I spoke too soon. Balancing energy. There we go. Reversed. And outer. Wow. And inner. Inner energy, please. So inner energy, May 20th, unbiased. Birthdays, May 20th, inner energy. There it is. Flipped. Ooh, ouch. Okay. Looks like we may have a separation going on here, but we will find out for sure. Okay, now for the connecting. Unbiased. Connecting energy between outer and light, please. Connecting energies between outer and light. Outer and light, connecting energies, please. Unbiased. May 20th birthdays. Connecting energies, unbiased. May 20th birthdays, please. For light and shadow between outer and light. Outer and light. Light and inner. Just in case it came out. Okay, and light and inner. Okay, so birthdays May 20th. Light and inner 20th, unbiased, please. Connecting energy. Wow. There we go. Okay. Inner and shadow. Inner and shadow, unbiased, May 20th. Birthdays, please. It reversed twice. Double confirmation. Okay, and shadow and outer. Shadow and outer, please. Too many. One card, please. Just one. Connecting energy. Shadow and outer. Shadow and the outer. Thank you. Empress. Awesome. Alright, let's see what we got going on here because I haven't even looked at these yet, really. Yeah. Reversed. I may have to clarify why that's here, because it's not. Okay. One second. Okay. I feel like I'm almost surprised not to see Five of Pentacles, but we have the 6 and the 7 here, which is balancing, an attempt to balance an equal distribution, equalized distribution and effort. Put in equal work. Maybe a little too much work. Yeah. Investing too much. And here's the work repeated. And the 8 of Pentacles. So we have 6, a 7, 8. in order. Yeah, what I'm getting out of this is interesting. I really feel like this is for whoever's the feminine energy, and I am speaking energies, not necessarily gender. If it applies, go ahead and use it. But somebody is putting in way too much of themselves into something. And I feel like there's too much identification. Like your identity, your sense of power and strength and independence as the feminine energy is being far too invested in your pentacles, which is earth energy. It's your material world, 3D, physical elements. I mean, we've got the 5, the 6, the 7, the 2, that's once, sorry. I mean, that's a lot of pentacles, and you're sacrificing. Yeah, you're choosing this. You're choosing this work over your actual happiness, and you are self-sabotaging you, making you feel strained, heartbroken, pain, suffering. You're not actually working for yourself. I don't know who it is you're working for, but it's not. You're trying to accomplish something, but you're putting in way too much. And it is causing you a lot of pain because you're giving up. So the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the deck, came out reversed with the Two of Pentacles. And that's juggling too much. It's taking on too many responsibilities, too many obligations, not being able to balance things out. Eight of Pentacles is hard work. Here we have it again, trying to balance and get your abundance, get your harvest, but we've got the Hermit reversed twice, which means you're doing this alone. Normally the Hermit would be a call to go within, and the Magician is manipulation reversed, somebody being used, being somebody taken advantage of. And this is causing you a lot of pain, yet I'm still going to clarify this Empress upright, because that's supposed to be like in your power. It's all the queens combined. It's the ultimate feminine energy, but we've got all this not so positive energy going on. So I feel like maybe this is representing your ego. This is how you want to perceive yourself. That's what you want to see, but it's looking more like self-deception, really. Magician reverse, Hermit reverse, and the Three of Swords. Clarify the Empress, please, for May 20th. Birthday's May 20th. Unbiased, clarify Empress. Why is the Empress here in this connecting energy? Upright, between shadow and external. I do feel like that is more ego, how you want to be perceived, because it's the outer energy. But let me get some clarification here. Too many. One. Why is the Empress here? And connecting energies between shadow and outer. I feel like like my hands are flipping those, not. I'm very careful. I don't, it feels like I have accidentally flipped it myself. There we go. Hanged Man. Yeah, that's perception. 2 major arcanas. Seeing things from his perspective. Yeah, with the Hangman to the Empress, I am with the Magician, the Sun reversed, and the Two of Pentacles surrounding. I feel like this is what you want the world to see you as. You want the world to see you as this powerhouse feminine that can do it all. And you're investing and in the process, you're causing yourself a lot of, a lot of stress. Even though this is the only swords, it is like the most painful of the swords card. This is heartbreak. You normally, like in a love reading, this would be, like a separation, a breakup, but it represents just a lot of emotional pain and suffering. So, and with the Sun reversed, yeah, whoever this is for, I feel like your message is going to be to actually spend more time investing in yourself rather than in this external perception of, your higher self. If this card, if the Empress came out upright, that means the energy is present. With the surrounding cards, though, it's like you're hiding her. You're not being really true to your power, and I really feel like with this Eight of Wands, which is often like a jealousy, competition, when it's reversed like this, it's not a real good, it's kind of an inner conflict. So we've got this outer and then this trying to, putting in too much effort. So you're trying to prove something to someone, and you're trying to do it on your own. And I feel like the universe is kind of telling you, hey, take it easy. Focus on yourself. I feel like this one here with the connecting energy being the Hermit reversed, or the balancing energy, is telling you to go within. Get this Empress up, get this Empress out of here. Make her the balancing energy rather than, the connecting between the shadows and the external. And this one is more about stop trying to do too much. So I feel like there's like two different messages with these Hermits reversed. One is about going within, and the other one is you're doing too much on your own. And it's causing you to sacrifice your happiness, your heart. And you're trying to manipulate the outcome, the situation, but it's not working. You're suffering for this, which is not good for you. Let's see what universe has to say as far as guidance. Yeah. Maybe. give these a shot. Universe always lets me know if they change their mind. So this is all for birthdays May 20th. I do read these because what each person may get will be different because they're long and they're so detailed that I don't want you guys to miss out on something useful. So these I do not interpret. I actually physically read from the book. I want you guys to get the most out of this stuff, you know? May 20th, unbiased. Advice, healing, messages for this May 20th reading. Oh. It's kind of a big deck. I got 2. With the 10 digits in between. So we got Deer of the Delta. And the Sun. So I have a feeling, the Sun card, I feel like both of them are going to be important. Obviously, because the Sun is, you know, repeating. So I'm going to do that one first. No, I'll do Deer of the Delta first. Okay, and I'll try to read fast. Mostly because I still have 21st to do. So, Deer of the Delta, without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected by the light. There's that Empress. That's exactly what they're talking about, is that Empress. That's within, being hidden by all this working too much to try and compete with somebody, apparently. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn in that rebirth. A new understanding and vitality, clarity and purpose can emerge. That would be the Sun card upright, clarity. And purpose, I feel like, is kind of a combination of Magician and the Seven of Pentacles. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Maybe you're not getting enough rest. Here one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibration treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our own understanding. Yeah, there's a whole lot of major arcana here, by the way, which means this is definitely a message from the universe. I mean, the Sun card, Empress, the Hanged Man, the Magician, the Hermit twice, both reversed. So you guys are definitely being given a strong message. And that restoration, that healing can be this Hanged Man. At 0 hertz to 4 hertz, delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system. That's really important right now, guys. Physically and also emotionally, so we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. Yeah, that's all like right here, these 3 cards. You know, the Magician reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the 3 of Swords. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources, but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Isn't that what I said? Basically, find your Empress. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep, restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. Take a break. Stop working so hard. Right here. Especially for this reason, this envy, jealousy, competition, whoever that's with, cut it out. I'm serious, because this is not doing you any good. You're not going to get the results that you want. You're just causing yourself more pain. The Greek nymph Taygete called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Taygete into a doe, so she would be safe from harm. Taygete teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then there is no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. Maybe that's why there's this competition. Maybe that's why there's this need to somehow prove yourself. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Without needing to disconnect. Normally a Hermit reverse is just that call to go within, but yeah, it's a little different this time. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. True to yourself. That's at Empress and Hanged Man. Be true to yourself. Get out of this awful energy. Healing process. Yeah, we're going to skip this part. If somebody wants to know, just send me a message for the healing process. It's like an extra page and a half. But basically, it's a meditation with visualizations. And then we have the sun. Here we go. The sun. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. Sun and the Empress. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life, the divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Our sun is a self-luminous being. It does not reflect light or energy from other sources, but rather generates its own light. Okay, it came out reverse, so let's get that up right. Pick your happiness. Get into your true Empress power. You know, instead of trying to manipulate the situation, manifest. Create your happiness. Create your abundance. Don't let this competitive energy get to you. It is quite literally an enlightened being. The sun is our spiritual mentor, teaching us how to be spiritually self-reliant when we cannot find support or guidance externally and need to go it alone for a time. Right here. Hermit reversed. Working alone. Here's a Hermit reversed. Eight of Pentacles. Hermit reversed again. I lose my place when I do that. Such phases can be difficult, but they are temporary, and inner spiritual strength is built during such times. Sometimes we don't realize our own strength until circumstances force us to find out. Connecting to one's own inner light is a precious and empowering gift. It allows you to feel spiritually held from within. There's that being held twice. Once you've established such an inner connection, you are unlikely to give your power away again. Less prone to being manipulated. Wow. Less prone to being manipulated. Manipulate, more likely to live in harmony with your soul values rather than the typically soul-denying priorities of mass consciousness. Soul-denying, I mean, that's every word. As your soul connects to the inner sun, your relationship to the light heals. It is not seen as separate. Instead, the soul begins to recognize the light as a constant inner reality that can be relied on for sanctuary. As the soul recognizes itself as the higher self, that would be that Empress energy. And the Hangman, that recognition. A being of light, the fears of the mind no longer dominate the heart as they used to. The fears of the mind, hey, guess what? Swords often represent anxiety, thought, stress, pain, and there's the heart right there. Fears of the mind no longer dominate the heart. Fears of the mind no longer dominate the heart. Not what it typically means, but energy sure fits. Okay, sorry, I lost my place again, guys. The inner light encourages the heart to depend upon its wisdom, to live as though the light was more real than the darkness of doubt and worry. The soul turns within, begins to tap on its own potential, and in doing so, gains further self-confidence, spiritual empowerment, and loving presence. Yeah, that could be one of these from it reversed, as well as the Magician. Turning inward, manifesting within. If you are criticized, misunderstood, or disrespected by those around you, that would be that Eight of Wands reversed as well. Rely upon your inner connection to the light to see you through such dark times. You can commune with your inner light in private without needing to explain, justify, or even speak of it to anyone. Your inner light shall continue to shine bright no matter what is happening around you. The frequency of 417 hertz is a spiritual truth serum. It undoes false perceptions. That would be this ego, the external expression, but not engaging in it internally, because internally you're here. False perceptions and dismantles circumstances and situations that are not meant for the soul. When a challenging situation is helping the soul to grow, this frequency will help you understand how to work through it in a soul-centered way, staying connected to the light within. If a situation such as a toxic relationship, I would say this one is, and it seems to be work-related, by the way. I don't think I said that. Even though the Three of Swords is often a relationship card, I feel like this is very much a work-related, because it could be a family situation, but I'm really getting the energy of work, even though a lot of people aren't working right now. It could be working at home. It could be, doing too much for your family members. You're not getting enough support. And, you're just, and you feel like you're doing it alone, and you're just not getting what you need, really, to get this rest and rejuvenation that the Oracle card is talking about. So if a situation such as a toxic relationship is creating a barrier between the soul and the light, weakening its ability to evolve and cause it to become stuck in trauma and negative patterns, this frequency will dismantle the negative circumstances. You always have free will, but your capacity to exercise that free will in a self-loving way will become more available to you. So if you are in an abusive environment, trust me, I get it. If you are in an abusive environment, even with what's going on right now, find a way, connect with someone, send me a private message. You need to get out of that situation. I did see today that domestic abuse is on the rise. If you are in a dangerous situation, reach out to someone, even reach out to me, and with confidentiality, we'll find resources, we'll find a way. Get yourself safe. Get yourself children if you have them, pets if you have them. Do not stay in an abusive situation for any reason. And that's basically what this is telling you, because there is a lot of fear in leaving something that is dangerous, a lot of fear. And it takes a lot of strength to get yourself out. And trust me, you need to go. So just wanted to share that. That's not a joke. Onward. The 417 hertz frequency facilitates a healing shift into the vibration of the higher self. Your authentic life path is directed by your higher self. As it is unique, there is no use comparing your path to any other path in order to determine its validity and value. Your true life path may lead you away from the familiar, directly into worlds unknown. The moment the soul takes its authentic path, wondrous awakening can take place. There is a feeling of closeness and connection to the sacred. This frequency helps wipe away experiences of alienation and reestablish a deep and loving connection with the universe. It cleanses traumatic experiences and memories and any malalignment habits formed as a consequence of the past pain to allow the soul to experience true kindness, compassion, and love for self and others. In this oracle, it signifies that no matter what's happening in your life, you've got this. And you do not have to deal with some situations on your own. So, and don't. You shouldn't have to, and you don't have to. Reach out to someone. Get help. Doesn't matter who. If that's what's needed, take care of yourself. Especially now. And with that said, I hope that's not the case. It's not the energy I've gotten, but because it's in the oracles, I'm going to take it seriously. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Friday the 21st. Alrighty, Friday 21st. Birthday energy, light, shadows, and connecting energies, balance, inner, outer. Just finished the Thursday 20th. You guys are kind of back to back. Same video. And you guys, birthdays on the 21st, have an interesting energy. You guys chose, first of all, my very first deck, which is getting pretty beat up, I must say. And then a deck I actually don't use for these readings very often because the energy of them are very strange. They do not have the normal Rider-Waite typical energies. So this is going to be interesting. So we're going to look first at your shadow messages, your light messages, what the connecting energy is, inner energy, outer energy, and then the connecting energies in between. And see what messages come for you for birthday people, Friday the 21st. And in case you just skipped the 21st or the 20th reading, I am going to be, my guides told me to start working with some new content. Wow. On Instagram. So if you are not following, go ahead and do that. These will be, these aren't going to be readings. It's going to be some other guidance stuff. I haven't gotten it all together yet. Just came this morning. So it's going to take a little extra. All right. For birthdays. And you know what? I have not once in any of these videos said happy birthday to anyone. So my apologies. So happy birthday to those whose birthdays are on Friday the 21st. Happy birthday to you. You guys don't want me to sing. I sound like a frog in a blender. All right. I'm getting a really strange energy for you guys. I can't quite make out what it is. It's kind of a... And it could just be me. It's a little after 2 a.m. and I'm hopped up on coffee, like for real. Trying to catch up on these, so it could actually just be me. So we want birthdays on Friday the 21st. We're going to start first with the shadow energies. Hopefully these, because this deck has gotten used so much, it sticks a little bit, so we will see how this goes. But it is the one that your energy picked, so we must have some old school folks hanging out in here. Shadow energies, Friday the 21st, unbiased shadow messages, please. Maybe I should do these at 2 a.m. more often, huh? What do you guys think? Wow, okay. I think... Really? Wow, alright. Came out sideways. This one first. This is going to be... This is interesting. We're just going to go ahead and leave that as your 2 shadow cards. As both your shadow energy and your challenge. It looks, because it came out sideways, I'm thinking it's got to be something that you're transitioning either from or to. In the different deck, the 20th had those same 2 cards, not in that same position. One of them was. All right. Light energy, please. For those who's... Okay, not that many. Wow. Maybe then Gia picked up, it was kind of hyper, and I was thinking maybe it was just me. You guys must be hyper. 21st, unbiased, light energy, please. What are the light messages for those whose birthday are on May 21st? Light messages. What messages does the light have for those whose birthdays are on May 21st? Thank you, universe. That's cool. And what is the challenge of the light energy? And maybe I should do this at 2 a.m. more often. I'm not goofier. Light energy challenge, Knight of Swords. Alright. That would be reverse. Yeah, I want to just make sure I got it right. And then the balancing energies between the light and the shadows for those whose birthdays are on May 21st. May 21st. Thank you. What is going on? Holy cow. Second in a row. Different deck. Magician reversed. Different positions. Same. Alrighty. You guys got something's going on. Outer for May 21st, unbiased. Outer energy, too many. That was like, yeah, way too many. So in case you guys are wondering if it's too many or if I flip it, I reshuffle because if one of those cards is the one the universe actually wanted to come out, it just keeps them from kind of sticking together again. All right. There's the outer and the inner. Inner energy. Too many. Inner. Thank you. Ooh. Wow. Somebody's doing some serious work. I hope, anyway. Now I think I see why you guys picked this deck. Oh. 3 major arcanas in a row, all reversed, and all of them not good. This is going to take me a minute, guys. Oh. Oh my gosh. All right. Connecting energy, outer and the light, please. Connecting energies between unbiased for Friday, May 21st, birthdays. Connecting energies. These are timeless readings. They can be for anyone. Just to kind of break them up. I do them by birthdays. They are intended for those birth dates. However, they can be for anyone. You guys are crazy busy. And connecting energy between light and inner. All right. Too many. Just want to keep my coins up. Connecting energy, light and inner, please. How? Maybe. Light and inner, connecting energy, unbiased, Friday, May 21st, please. May 21st, unbiased, May 21st, birthdays. Connecting energy, light, and thank you. Well, yeah, you guys are for real talkative. Inner and shadow. Wow. All right. And let's go with outer and shadow. May 21st, unbiased. Pentacles again. All right. That's good. Okay. Wow. Ah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, this is good, actually. Okay, so this is kind of going in a different sort of arrangement here. All right, I feel like it took me a minute to kind of get this because it's a little sporadic. So we have the shadows, which is, appropriate. Devil card, reverse. It means coming out of something. Magician reverse, which is usually manipulative, and the Tower reverse, which is usually sudden, total destruction. But what I'm getting actually out of this is I feel like in this particular reading, I feel like we have an addiction, possibly one with gambling, and I'll tell you why in just a second. That is actually being intentionally destroyed, like it is being broken down on purpose, being manipulated, being destroyed. And the reason I think it is specific to gambling. Yeah. Okay. So we have this coming out of illusions. And this Knight of Swords, which is rapid movement, rapid communication. It's one of the faster knights out of the things. But that doesn't necessarily tell us a whole lot. Other than you have all these options and choices, and you're kind of turning away from those. You are quickly, and the fact that this is with the Magician reverse, you are manipulating away, and it's in the light position. So this is something that is being negatively released, as in it was a negative set of illusions and options and choices, and these pretend ideas, concepts, attachments, and moving out of that space. And we have the victory over, we have the Nine of Wands with the Five of Coins. And if you look at it, this Five of Coins, it's not like the usual Five of Coins where the guy looks like he's just grabbing on. This guy looks like he's trapped in the coins, like he's, look at me, I'm trapped in the coins. But he's stuck there, like a kid in a playground. Paired with that is the Nine of Staves, which is Nine of Wands, victory, battling, just really fighting to win something, to win against the odds. And then, of course, we have this Tower. And then we have this Knight of Coins. Okay, so, and he's a slower moving energy. Again, we're dealing with finances, material, somebody bringing something in. Sometimes, in this case, I don't think that's the case. I think this is a transitional card, actually. I think this is about movement. So then we have what came out sideways was the Two of Pentacles reverse. It means you're not juggling too much. You don't have too much to do. You're kind of stabilizing. And then we have this other balancing energy, which also came out sideways, of shared responsibility or charitable events. So this is transitional because they came out sideways. You're not quite in, it's like you're leaving one energy and entering in, into a new space. These are in your shadows. And since the shadow card came out reversed, that totally makes sense. And then we have, again, the 9 of coins, and we have the 9 of staves. Both of them indicate victory, balance. Now, if you look at this one, it's a little bit different because it's this little girl. She's balancing and she's dancing and she's happy, and it takes some skill, to be able to position oneself like that. And she's got she's balancing on this flower, and she's got the little frog. Hold on, I'm sorry. I had a candle burning, and it was getting to the very bottom, and I could just hear the explosion of the glass getting ready to happen. So that had to go. And then in this deck, the Fool reversed. This isn't necessarily about perspectives in this case. If you look in this deck, the Fool is a beggar. He's poor, he's destitute, he's in rags, he's not well kept. It doesn't look like he's eaten in a while. He's not just an adventuresome soul. He's begging to be fed. Look at the expression on his face if you can see that. It's just kind of almost this, somebody help me please, but it's in reverse. So coming out of this very destitute, solo sort of energy into the well-established King of Coins, which is a very balanced, very wealthy, but not necessarily judgmental unless he's reversed, but he's not. And this came out of the Knight of Coins after all this other transition. So, you sometimes had these wins. And that was one of the things that kept you going, is you would sometimes have these wins. You would sometimes have these victories. And you're going through this, coming out of the shadows, manifesting this change within to get out of this space of addiction, some kind of addiction. It doesn't have to be gambling, but that's kind of the message that I'm getting. These are in the wrong order. And to go from this beggar to major abundance, transitioning out of these illusions, even though sometimes you would win, but there'd be a lot of times you wouldn't too. So it just got to be too much, where you are actually creating your own destruction of this behavior. And here's this transitional space of choosing to balance yourself. Choosing to balance that give and take, choosing to not do too much. So, it's possible you could just be cutting back, but whatever it is, I feel like it's pretty serious. With this Tower card reversed, and the Magician reversed, and the Shadows reversed, I feel like this is a pretty serious material addiction. It could be racehorses, but it's some kind of gambling, I feel like. And you are manifesting this change. You are choosing and directing and guiding this inner change. So for whoever this is for, congratulations. Addictions are no joke. They can be really, really difficult. And that's why this Tower card is here like this, because it is hard to break an addiction, especially one where, you have this belief that you're going to win. And the other way I see this message also is that you're beating the addiction. You're winning against this holding on, this need to constantly get your pentacles, to constantly take that chance, to constantly take the risk For what? For something that may not pan out? For something that isn't real? And this transitioning into these more stable, I mean, we have the Knight of Coins, the Nine of Coins, and the King of Coins. And in between the 2 and the 6 of Pentacles as transitional cards. I mean, this is awesome. At first I was worried seeing the Shadow card, the Magician reverse in the Tower. But with these clarifiers over here, that shows a whole lot of work. And a whole lot of inner work. And a whole lot of success. So if you are still struggling with this, if you're still kind of in one of these transitional phases, you know, where you are still working at it, where it is still taking some effort and having to maybe fight your own addiction, you're doing a great job. Seriously, you are beating this. So stick with it. You're using a whole lot of power to truly manifest this change, to get out of normally magician's manipulation, but in this case it's a positive manipulation. It's manipulating a situation to get you out of this negative energy and out of this place of desolate, destitute poverty into major abundance. So this is awesome. This is absolutely fantastic. So whoever's winning this battle, you're doing great. And really, I don't know who you are, but I'm really, really proud of you. This is hard stuff. And I do feel like it is specifically something to do with gambling. Or, you know, gambling can even be stock trading. Anything where there's a financial risk involved and you're hedging your bets to, you know, in the hopes of getting a greater gain. You know, probably without anywhere near the investment you put in, but it's been really hit and miss, especially these days. I mean, from this 0 to these illusions to this trying to hold on. I mean, I feel like it just became, especially right now, with the economy being as strained and stressful as it is, it was probably part of the decision to go through this process. But even after, you know, things improve somewhat, don't get back into this. You know, it's hard enough the first time. So, you know, do whatever you need to for you to stay in this self-supportive, positive, forward-moving, balanced energy that you are getting into. Stick with it. It will serve in your highest good. That these major arcanas are saying you have a ton of support in this work. You know, so keep it up. So I'm going to go ahead and do your... That was quick. Oh, you guys just did not have a lot of drama here. Lots of progress. I'm feeling like... I love it. Just dropped off half a deck of cards on the floor. I am feeling kind of like they are telling me, because this is a... Oh, guys, do you want Sacred Rebels or do you want Rumi? Yep. Okay. Just checking. I'm hearing candles popping. I'm like, not real sure why I'm blowing one out. Okay, Sacred Rebels. For this reading, his birthday is May 21st, Friday. Light and shadow healing messages. I thought I blew it out. Hold on. I don't need candles exploding. You ever have that where you have the glass candles and it gets too low and like the bottom blows out? I've had that happen once. I'd like to not have a repeat. Alright. And Sacred Rebels messages. What is it with you guys pulling two tonight? Ha! I love it. 10. Releasing allegiances. And 3. Inspiration. All right. This is an end of a cycle. Number 10, it's an end of a cycle that is an ending, and endings always bring new beginnings. I'm not trusting something. All right. Releasing allegiances. Let's see what we have. It is time to hold on to yourself and let go of another, even if just for a time. You've gained all that was meant to be from that connection, at least for now. You have given. You have given. Where is it? Here. And you've received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. Here's your abundance. Right here. Your king. And the consciousness is actually this whole series of releasing, of letting go. Yeah. This is awesome. Anyway, onward. You have completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and possibilities that are limited to an outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace in your life. Oh my gosh. Okay, one of my candle thingies is not going well. It's just a tea light. I don't like it when I hear that crackling. Okay. Expanded consciousness. So the Magician reversed in this reading is a good thing, but it is talking about Magician upright. So instead of manifesting coming out of something, this is manifesting something coming in. It doesn't feel like you're quite there yet, but it's on its way. When this cycle does complete, it is going to be the time for a new beginning. And I suspect that may be also why these came out sideways, because you're still in this space of transition. That's how I interpret it anyways, when they come out sideways. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into something new. New connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. But first, you. Trust that you can step into solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. Okay. Not seeing a hermit, but we'll take it. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have had a period outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression and into the world of lists, schedules, and demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. Perhaps you've been diving so deep into the creative waters that you've lost your bearings or your energetic connection to the earth, your own life, your own needs in the here and now. Oh, I see why you got this one. I understand. It's talking about getting some rest and rejuvenation after this cycle, or maybe even midstream, because doing this kind of work can take a lot of energy. Even though it's not showing in the cards, trust me from personal experience, this kind of work can take a lot out of you. So, it's giving you advice here to just take a little time for yourself as well. Don't forget to manage some self-care and get plenty of rest. Either way, you need to come back to the ground of your own body. This is a time for self-love, for paying attention to yourself, for nurturing, holding, and being with you. It doesn't mean you can't love another. It just means you need to turn your attention inward for a time, for some quality time with you. You will emerge renewed, refreshed, and clearer about your journey, your relationship, and your relationships as a result. So I kind of feel that energy coming off of actually both of these sets. This transitional. So balancing and not doing too much, not juggling too much. So that can easily be speaking as well to that internal energy. And I also feel it mostly not so much what the Nine of Coins represents, but just the joy, the fun, the ease that is occurring in the imagery. Somebody that's just dancing and enjoying and just sort of letting go. Not getting ridiculous, not like overindulging, but just enjoying their time. This oracle is also confirmation that the work you have been doing on yourself is working for you. Yes! Your level of self-love is growing, and your ability to love consciously and healthily is increasing as a result. Some connections in your life will mature along with you, and your regard and affection will deepen and blossom. It will be revealed that other relationships are no longer relevant in your life journey. You will know which is which because you will feel it, and that is true. You will, and you'll see it. You will feel it most clearly when you have a little time to be with yourself in reconnection. If you've been contemplating a change in lifestyle, enrolling in a class or joining a group, starting a project, or setting aside time to focus on your inner work, then this oracle comes as confirmation that those things would be supportive, healthy, and helpful for you. Well, yeah, you've been doing a lot of inner work. This oracle also comes with particular guidance. There's a situation that has recently arisen or will arise soon where you need to back yourself. Don't be put upon or hoodwinked into backing down by the emotional reactions of others. That does happen when you do this kind of work. The people that no longer vibe will try and get you back into this energy because it's their vibration and they are uncomfortable with your progress. They don't like it because it just doesn't work with where they still are. So do not let them drag you back down if you have people in your life that are. So let's say this was about gambling specifically. Let's say you went to casinos or you did the online casinos where they have, cash payouts, what have you. And you did this with other people. And those people are still doing this, and you decided, I'm done. I'm done playing with my life like this, and I'm getting out of this illusion that this is, going to benefit me, and it's really not. those same people are still going to be engaging in this behavior. They're still going to be gambling, and they're going to want their quote, their buddy, their friend back, and they're not going to be real thrilled that you've changed course. I've had that happen firsthand. So, you do have to be very strong to not, you have to be pretty much in this Nine of Wands, this victory. Like, I'm going to fight for myself, and I'm going to win. I'm doing this for me. This is what is best for me. And stick to that. Get to this King of Pentacles energy. Get to your happiness, get to your abundance. Don't let those other people drag you back down. Don't be put upon, hoodwinked. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stay aligned with what you know to be true, no matter how wonderful something seems logically or on the surface. If it doesn't feel right for you, it is not for you at this time. Perhaps that will change and it will be right for you later. That could be in reference to some investment and feel like perhaps you will step away and realize with relief that you had a lucky escape from a situation, dodged a bullet, that would have ended up unnecessarily costing you. And put you right back in this. Oh, yeah. Either way, backing yourself and not giving in to that opinion of another, no matter how highly you would have rated that opinion in the past, it is important. It is highly likely that you are breaking with tradition, with a role model or belief system that you have outgrown. You must be there for yourself because you are doing well. Oh my gosh, you are doing so well. You are on the right path and you are growing. Well done. I mean, really, even the book is saying, good job. I'm not kidding. Well done. It's recognizing your hard work. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Forgive the ink. That's from my new feather pen I was playing with. And then we have inspiration. Pardon me, guys, I need a drink. And I'm still using Learning YouTube. I will try to timestamp these so the two are separate. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm still new to the platform, so that's why some of my stuff is a little sketchy. It'll get better, practice, right? I mean, as long as the readings are decent. Hopefully they're helpful, because that's the wish of any reader, honestly, is to help guide you, give you support, and give you information that's going to be useful for you. And that's really what matters to all of us the most, because we aren't here doing these free readings just to be, a useless waste of your time, quite frankly, or ours for that matter. So hopefully these are helping somebody out there, even if it's just one person. That's all that matters. Anyway, on to inspiration. An idea has captured your attention or will do so very soon. It may be a grand vision or the vague sense of something that could be. You are being encouraged to accept the vision, the idea, or the inspiration as it is important to your creative and spiritual growth. Okay, this is not going to be the same thing as what releasing allegiances is about. So you're going to have to use your discernment. It sounds like these two things might be coming close together. These two new project ideas, offers, investments. Use your intuition. Trust yourself. Trust your internal messaging about this to know the difference, because it sounds like they're going to come very close together, and one is going to be to your benefit and one isn't. So don't just go with what you think you know. Go with that first gut instinct, and a lot of us tend to question that. Go with your first gut instinct. It will be the right one. I question mine all the time, but in something like this, especially doing all this work and coming out of all this energy, you know, for you in particular, it's going to be really important. So go with your gut. Don't think about it too much. That's when the questions start to come up, and then we second guess ourselves and make the mistakes. Also, it is possible, meaning it's not guaranteed. The bee is bringing you healing, medicine, wisdom from nature to aid the message of the oracle of inspiration. The bee is a powerful spirit totem. Bees are able to fly with wings that are significantly small in proportion to their heavier bodies. They can do so because of the sheer speed with which their wings move. Oh, hey. Rapid movement. Your idea, even if it seems like a big, substantial plan that might be difficult to get off the ground and up and running, it can succeed. You will attract great helpers to you, and the earth will support the success of this project, idea, or vision. Because it is about helping the greater good as well as your own growth and development. Ooh, it sounds like there might be something bigger in the works that this whole thing is going to be a part of, a foundation for coming out of this. You know, dealing with these shadow energies, these addictions. That's awesome. When the Earth Mother lends you nature wisdom to support your healing and growth, you know you have an exceptionally powerful ally to your cause. Let this bring you confidence. If you've also drawn the After the Storm card, which we didn't, consider this message amplified. Allow inspiration to fill you with enthusiasm and expectation of magic. Oh, hey. An expectation of magic. Look, magician's right here. It was upside down for you, but with this, energy's there. Magic and marvelous synchronicity as people, situations, and opportunities fall into place to help bring your inspiration into reality. This idea has the potential to flower into so much more than you realize. It has great potential. It can become something that feeds and nourishes others on their creative and personal healing paths too. It has the quality of a mission and is so much more than one singular idea. I feel like it has to do with your process here, to be honest. Even though this particular oracle card does not necessarily specifically reflect the reading, that's okay, because oftentimes we have to go through, you know, these transformations to get to the next step. So I kind of feel like this is sort of setting up the groundwork for whatever this is that's coming. I don't normally deal in future, but I don't have say-so over what cards come out. So this could be a near future. This could be what this new clean foundation is going to bring in for you. When an inspiration comes from the greater creative intelligence of the universe, even when it makes itself known as an idea coming through a human source, all that is needed to bring it into being will be available at the right time. Oh, maybe that's why your King of Cups or King of Coins is here, which is Taurus energy. I don't deal too much in the zodiacs in these. I don't feel like they're applicable. But this King of Coins, you know, obviously he's a pretty well-to-do dude. So maybe this is a more positive investment that you will have the resources for after conquering all of this. For the human channel, the idea is just a matter of being open, receptive, trusting, and enthusiastic about what has come through. Everything required for each step will be naturally attracted to support the success of the project according to divine timing. The healing process below will help you manifest the support needed for your inspiration to take flight. This oracle also comes with the message that you are a vehicle for inspiration. Hell yeah, you are. I mean, come on. People do not generally manifest their own towers on purpose. I mean, I do, but most people do not. So whoever this resonates for, that you're manifesting your own tower moment in order to heal, I want to talk to you. No, I'm serious. Send me a message. Would love to just chat a minute. That's some cool stuff. You are meant to think and do things differently. You are capable of receiving fresh ideas that are not so out there or different that they stop being practical, helpful, and wonderful. You are being asked to avoid the trap of doubting your ideas, for doubting your ideas are special or interesting enough. Your inspiration comes direct from the universal creative source, and you are being asked to believe and recognize the signature of great intelligence within your inspiration, ideas, and creative urges, and to act accordingly. To sum up, this card indicates that sweet success, like abundant honey, there's your success and your abundance, is coming your way through your commitment to and development of an idea you have already had or what will soon receive. See it through to the end. Believe. Oh, that's cheesy. I spelled it with, the insect, B-E-E. Okay, yeah, I skimmed the healing processes. Yeah, if you guys want it, if this resonates with somebody, I'm happy to send it to you. But congratulations on this work, and whatever new project idea is coming in for you, best of luck. I'm sure you will have, after this, you should have no problem manifesting and making whatever that idea, whatever that dream is, a reality. And by the looks of it, you will have the resources and you will have the discernment and you will have the ability to move forward with it in full. So do not let your inner fears stop you. Do not self-sabotage this project. It's something we all do, especially after conquering something like this. There's a lot of residual stuff that we sometimes have to deal with even after going through major work. But you are capable. If you can get through this kind of work and come out of this illusion energy and heal and deal with something as severe, even if it's not an addiction, it is some kind of shadow energy that was big, very big, and very, very, very influential and very detrimental to your life, and you are coming out of that. So if you have the strength and the fortitude and the power to do that, then anything you want to manifest next, then you will be able to manifest next. So just remember that what you're doing right now is nothing in compared to the challenges you might face in the next project. The next project, the one you build and create, rather than getting out of, is going to be so much easier and take a lot less energy, and it's going to bring you so much more fulfillment than this, I'm going to go ahead and say it was gambling addiction, just because it's how it's coming through for me. Than this gambling addiction, which just kept you in this very low place. So this next thing is going to be super easy. I do feel like you're still in this place, like you are still battling this, so don't jump too soon. Take your time, get your rest in between, but you'll know when the next thing shows up. Trust me, you will. And they already said that they will bring it in when it's the right time. So this is just kind of a heads up that there is a whole new beginning. Do get your rest in between, because this is hard work. So make sure to take care of yourself. And this, when it's the right time, this will show up for you. So don't worry about that. And if it seems like, if you start feeling like you're getting impatient with this new idea, this new project coming in, understand divine timing basically means when you're ready. And sometimes there's, needs we have that we don't recognize right away. We need a little time for it to come in and settle. We can start to feel impatient, but trust me, everything really, 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 really does happen for a reason, I promise. So this wraps it up for Thursday and Friday light and shadow energies. And if anybody has any questions or needs any additional clarifications, no wonder I got that super hyper excited energy at the beginning of your reading. Because this is super exciting. So congratulations. Keep it up. And look forward to talking to you guys next time. Take care.